Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to recreating YouTuber's thumbnails. If you haven't seen the last episode, click the little eye here. I think it will take you to the first episode. But basically in this little series which I've been doing, we're going to be recreating things. I haven't done another recreating something different. I was supposed to actually do album covers, but that kind of went when all the footage corrupted, which is why I had to release that Reddit video. Which, trash. Just like in the last video, I have YouTubers from like completely different areas of YouTube. Hopefully I can show you how easy it is to make a thumbnail, kind of. They're not easy to make thumbnails, but in terms of the ones that I've picked, it's easy to recreate them into series, and it's probably easier to put your twist on them, as what I did in the first episode. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
I love you like la 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 la. I love you like la 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 la. I love you like la 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 la. I love you like la 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 la.
I thought for this video, instead of me being just up in my room, I would go into my back garden. My back garden. It's not lovely. It's ugly. Hopefully if I can remember the order right, we're going to be doing a Memeulous thumbnail, a Dramaalert thumbnail, a gaming thumbnail. I'm going to be basing mine off a YouTuber called MrTLexify. There is a fourth, I can't remember the name, the guy. It's probably in the intro. I can't be taking pictures like this because I'm wearing black clothing. This is obviously pretty dark colours. So we are going to have to change the little background a little bit to this. Alright, so I don't think I can stand here like this because I'm pretty sure I know exactly getting my face, which is what you need. Oh, the camera shook. Alright, let's get that moved. I think that's gonna be way too low. Like, can you even see up here? I must look hideous. But you know what? I think it's alright. I think I'm very limited. Yeah, I mean, I can always come down and come closer to the camera like this. But obviously, we need to get some pictures with the thumbnails, you know, of my face, maybe a little bit of the hoodie as well. Add some atmosphere. I still don't know what YouTubers I'm doing. I obviously listed the three I am very certain of. There is a fourth which I'm not. But I'm hoping with the pictures that I do get, they are good enough. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll come down here for this. I feel like I'm too low now. I don't know. I remember Memeulous did a video on Jake Paul. I'm going to be replicating that thumbnail a little bit. I need to put a really cringy face. What can I do? Maybe something like a... That might have worked. This is more comfortable. I think that should work with Jake Paul. The rest of the thumbnail, I think I could just get out stock images. So, well, I'm about to ruin the flow of the video with this jump cut, so I may as well just do this here. If you haven't yet, guys, go follow my Instagram and my Twitter. Links in the description and on screen right now. And yeah, shitty jump cut. Alright, so after very quickly checking, I did find that I'm doing actually a KSI thumbnail as well, and a Jammidodger thumbnail. I think before I do either of those two, I'm going to do Dramaalert. Pretty simple, considering the fact that his thumbnails are like some of the worst you get on YouTube, yet he still gets clicks because he's a drama channel. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna get pictures because I could just find some old pictures of me and use that. Since that's what he does. He just steals people's pictures and then uses them for his thumbnail because if he owns the rights to them all of a sudden. So you know what? F it. I'm not gonna do Dramaalert. Let's go straight on to Jammidodger. For those of you who may not know who Jammidodger is, he's a transgender YouTuber who does a lot of stuff on like homophobic stuff, transphobic stuff, reacting to like a lot of Reddit stuff like ages ago, to old transgender commercials, like really kind of funny stuff, to be honest. And I think he's just generally sweet guy. Love him to bits. People making so much noise. Shush. So yeah, I'm gonna get some pictures for his thumbnail. It'll be pretty easy, just a nice little smile on my face and it should be done. I think I'm going to enlist a little help from a bench because I'm fat and I'm lazy to stand up, and also because he sits down in every single one of his thumbnails. I mean, you know, he's just sitting down in all his videos. That's what I meant. Okay, so obviously, as I said, this thumbnail's pretty simple. It's pretty much the background and him smiling. Obviously, because it's just a plain background, which I'm going to be cutting out from me, I'll find something which is similar to his, because he has like a nice, home, warm, comfy feel to his thumbnails and videos in general. So I need to try and match that with mine, and hopefully I can do him justice, because I love his content so much. I think the first one we'll do is a happy one of him, you know, really reacting to some allies or something like that. So let's see if I can put on a convincing smile on my face, because I cannot fake smiles. I can't do it. I seriously can't fake a smile. So I feel like this, like, kind of stuff, but I'm just worried it looks stupid on me. Let's go again. Okay, that's the happy ones. They probably looked awful, but now let's move on to the sad ones. So let's get some angry thumbnails. Let's get the classic teeth showing your angry thumbnail. I think that was good. I think the final one might have been pretty good, although I very well could have just made myself look like an absolute idiot. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully I'm not cut out of this one, because if I am, I'm going to cry. But for the final one, we're redoing the man, the myth, the legend, KSI. The thing I like about his thumbnails a lot, which is what I kind of do with my thumbnails, is that he doesn't, you know, fake a pose at all. You know, he doesn't like finish filming or do pre-filming and go like that. He generally, pretty much most of the time, his reactions in his thumbnails, which we see, are actually his in the video. Like, it's a screenshot from the video. I like it brings more authenticity to it. In the last video, you would have seen one I did of Rolly West. The only thing I don't like about his thumbnails is that his reactions are very obviously staged and not real. I don't really like that. I like when, you know, it's raw, it's real, and you can tell it's from the video. But, you know, I need to shut up. I need to actually go these thumbnails because sunlight is slowly beginning to run out, and I'm really starting to become more whitewashed because my camera doesn't have the best sensor. So yeah, let's get into it. I've got to match KSI's chaotic energy. So let's try and get one of those evil guy kind of poses. I'm so nervous. Alright, let's try it. I most certainly look stupid in that. I think that's good enough, so we'll get into editing in a second. I obviously want to make sure that you guys realise this is a joke. If I do any sarcastic things in the thumbnails, I do not mean it. Apart from when it's Dramaalert, because no one likes Dramaalert. Let's be honest, no one likes them. Let's get into the editing. We do not question what Fatty is wearing right now. So it is it's the next day. I was gonna record all this in one day, but stuff which I don't want to get into happened, so that's a big rip. But we're about to recreate some thumbnails for real. Let's begin with a Memeulous thumbnail. His ones are very simple, especially as of recent. I think that's just more because he wants to get a better design rather than something that's really complex, which is perfectly fine. But obviously it does kind of make you think he's kind of just like getting lazy. He might be. He very well might be getting lazy. I know for sure that even though they aren't exactly up to par to what he used to make, they are still pretty good. So with this one, because obviously we're recreating the one where it has Jake Paul in it, we need to cut out the sky. If it would actually let me cut out the sky. Control J. I should duplicate the layer. Yep. We'll keep that one there. And what we'll do is we need to go to Adjustment, HSL, and let's go back to Layers. We'll make this a child layer of this. We'll make the saturation go way up, and we'll bring the lightness, luminosity down a little bit so it's a much more richer blue. And for the background here, we'll get another HSL going. We'll bring that down to make it a child layer. We'll saturate that some more. As you can see there, we'll darken it a little bit by 5%. And then what we'll do is we'll group these together. We'll rasterize the layer so it's one thing. The same as the background. And what you see in the Memeulous thumbnail is he's blurred it. You know, it's pretty simple. We just go filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and obviously you can do that. It's not that intense. It's about there. As you can see, you know, the colours are popping. There's bright green, there's bright blue, and then the forefront. So let's actually make that. I believe, if I'm right, it's a very simple. We make a box like this, and then we'll get some text. like this, and then we'll do a $sign. Let's just put 100.01, and then that's. Then what we can do is, because we're just recreating these and not, well, even a recreation is technically trying to like copy. We're gonna make them just very slightly different to how he's made them. So obviously we're gonna make this a lot more simpler, just having 100 and then the background there. Rasterize that again so it's all one layer, easier for my computer to render. Put that there, and then we need to get my face. Let's get, let's do number 4. Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the same Photoshop now, but I can't use record because it's very CPU intensive and I need to use Face 4 for recording. So we're stuck using Affinity for now. As we can see here, we've got my head, which is good. We got the head. You have to copy it and paste it into here. Let's also invert this so it's flipped horizontally. We can make this bigger by just dragging those out, something like that. Go like that. I don't know what face I'm pulling here. That is horrendous. And then, just like in the Memeulous thumbnail, it's got a lot more clarity. It's sharpened a lot. So what we'll do is we'll go to sharpen and clarity, and then as you can see here, we can add or deduct more clarity to bring out the details. We'll put this at 42%, and then I think we can go to unsharp mask. We'll bring the radius to 44, 43.5, bring that all the way down. The threshold, we need to down the threshold completely. And there we go. And then his thumbnails are that simple. We just gotta go to layer effects, and then we go to outer shadow. I'm gonna increase the radius to about there. We need to increase the opacity as well. Just like that, we have made a Memeulous thumbnail. That took about 5 minutes, I think. But obviously, as I did say previously yesterday, to actually think of these thumbnails, it can take a much longer amount of time. But obviously, as I'm being a scumbag and I'm just recreating them, it's pretty simple. It's not intense. I think it's fair to assume you guys probably want KSI. So for those of you who are only here for KSI, let's get this rolling. Let's begin with cutting out myself. Luckily with Affinity, which I think is better than Photoshop, its quick selection tool is actually really quick. Unlike in Photoshop, it's kind of where you have to be so much more precise. What Affinity does, which is have very few features to begin with, but have them work really well, which is what I think is really nice about Affinity compared to Photoshop. But then at the end of the day, everyone has their preferences. Some people might love Affinity, some people might hate it. I personally love it. Here we go. We've got both the background and myself in the thumbnail. KSI's thumbnail from the one which we're doing is very basic as well. I mean, quite literally, I can just quickly do a brightness and contrast. Make this a child layer. We'll up the brightness of the background, make it a tiny bit more contrasted. Okay, I could do that, the brightness and contrast. We can also add some vibrance. So if we up the vibrance a lot, you can see colors getting more detailed, or as I bring it down, less detailed. Saturation, same thing as in the HSL adjustment, it will just do that. But we're going to increase that to 6% so we can bring out the blue in that. And then the black there starts to tinge more into a grey, which normally, if you are a creative, you know that's a bad thing because that means that there's colors overlapping. But again, just like this with the Memeulous thumbnail, we need to rasterize this and we're going to blur it. That will make it almost impossible to detect that there is color morphing, as you can see here. KSI's thumbnails, the blur is a little bit less intense. It's I think I'll go for an 8. Yeah, like that. So you still see lots of the details, but obviously the background's blurred and I'm in the foreground. I'm going to create a new layer and we're going to get the fill bucket tool. So what we'll do is we'll fill this in, so it's all blue. We'll bring this down, and then the background, we decrease its opacity to about 40%. There you go. Something simple like that. Now the background is there. It's nice and blue. It's bright. And then we go to me. We're going to actually, instead of adding a shadow or anything, we're going to add an outer glow. A nice little glow, a radius of about 21 pixels. And then we're going to go under the layer again, make a new layer. Get your brush tool out by pressing that button there, or by pressing B. And then we're going to make it all white. Make sure the hardness is down at 0% and the flow's at 100. And we're just going to go around and kind of do this. This is kind of incorporating what KSI's done in his recent thumbnails, but still keeping the classic. A bit like that. This is a very B-Tech KSI thumbnail, but that is kind of the basic of it. Okay, so this one is the gaming thumbnail from MrTLexify. The first asset, which is the Raygun Mark II Zexpo no Shima. I'm going to bring this in, import this, resize it for the thumbnail, lower it. Okay, and then what we're going to have to do quickly is cut this out. It's cut out around 100 little thing here. Around 100 in Call of Duty Zombies. It seems pretty impressive. So everyone uses around 100 little PNG. Obviously, when I say they use around 100 PNG, they actually just pretty much do this. Okay, so let's focus on the background. What we're going to do is we're going to add some vibrance to it because it's looking very dull. So we're going to increase the vibrance, you know, make the greens pop in, increase saturation a little bit. There you go, increase that. We also want to do a brightness contrast adjustment. Get the brightness up on this. There we go. Add some contrast, get depth. And that's pretty much it for that. We're going to rasterize it again, obviously. And this time, instead of blurring it normally with the Gaussian blur, as we see MrTLexify's thumbnails, he's like in the motion like a radial. So we're going to use radial blur and angle it much more like this. Just like that. And then done. So that's the basic of his thumbnail. Then we're going to include the Raygun Mark II. We're going to use an outer glow. Increase that by a lot. So then it's looking like that. And then we're going to import this in around 100. We'll put it right there. And in his thumbnails, he kind of makes it so that like the round 100 is very bright. And it's kind of like indistinguishable. So we do this. Increase saturation by a lot. We're also going to add a tiny bit of blur. So we're going to go to 2 pixel blur. A bit like that. Increase it more. And the fundamentals of the MrTLexify thumbnail done already. Okay, well, I've decided to alleviate you guys with the boredom of me having to import everything into one picture. So I've already done that for you, as you can see here. However, sadly, I have realised that the sofa I'm using to recreate Jammidodger's thumbnail doesn't actually give me enough room to make it look realistic, which is a bit unfortunate. However, that doesn't really matter, because after all, this is just for fun, so even if I mess up a few things, who cares? Who cares? As I did say earlier in the video, Jammidodger is a transgender YouTuber. The video which I'm recreating the thumbnail of is his transphobic memes, I believe, which is pretty simple to recreate. In fact, we'll begin with putting the memes on the one side. We also need to include a pride flag, because after all, we all love pride. We'll keep that there. Fuck transphobes. All my homies hate transphobes. Obviously, these aren't actually going to be used as a thumbnail, but it is perfectly fine. And then obviously we have me, who looks very dark and dull compared to this background. So I think we need to do what you guys thought. We need to add some saturation. So HSL. Ooh, saturation shift. There we go. Oh god, my face. I've gone gammy. Oh god. Shit. I've messed up a lot. I think I've really messed up. Oh no. I can't fix this, can I? I actually can't fix this. Oh no. Fuck. Oh. You know what? We'll work with what we've got. I'll see if I can fix this like this. We'll make this bigger. Do it like that. Put you there. Me. Yeah. Just pretend that I'm sitting there properly now and that's actually accurate, alright? Just pretend. I actually can't believe I've messed this up. There is some text. There is, you know what? I can add some text. I'm not going to put what he put in his, not because it's offensive or anything, but more just because I'm more worried about YouTube ruining me before I even have a chance to prove myself. So I am perfectly fine without doing that. Jammidodger is a very well-established YouTuber. We'll put this there, and then we'll put a outline like that. I'm so sorry. This may have been a failure for Jammidodger, but we have got 3 for 4. That's very good odds. So you know what? We'll keep it. We'll save this into the folder, and we'll move on to the final one. Keemstar is a trash YouTuber. He's a horrible person. But I thought I would just show you as to how someone with no talent at all can somehow still get clicks, because all he does is straight steal a picture and then paste and then done. That's all he does. It's the stupidest ever stuff possible that I've ever seen. But you know what? He gets clicks from it, so I thought I would do it. That's been the video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is the most random emoji possible, which I want to see in the comments. If you guys have got this far, let's get some pink ribbon emojis in the comments. That'd be lovely. And yeah, guys, I'll talk to you soon, hopefully. Peace.
So she said.